What are you gonna say?
I was thinking KFCs were like 151 herbs and spices.
No, it's 9, bro.
Oh, it's
9 herbs and spices.
Because the cake.
They made him sign the paper, His left shore's out. So he's supporting his one arm. He's trying to move his fingers. And we're like, oh my god, what is going on right now?
Bro.
Trey, hold it in.
Come on, just hold it in, Trey. You're
Hold
good.
it in for the next hour.
Oh, these warheads got me tweaking though, for real.
They're so good though.
You still have yours?
No, I dropped it on the ground. I don't know where it
Did
went.
you really drop it on the ground?
I think
So, yeah, mine's already
Bro, the
gone.
ant
Mine was
infestation
gone.
probably already picked it up and crawled
Yeah.
away
Oh, don't
with
worry.
it.
I got some home ed at home. We could spray it in here.
Okay, why didn't you bring it, my guy?
I think
I've been meaning to bring it. It's just sitting in the garage. Tyson dropped it off for me.
You can
Yeah.
definitely tell it's summertime. The critters are coming back to the cabin.
Oh, yeah. It's one thing we didn't miss.
But you know what else is coming back to the cabin?
Nice. Nice.
The 60th installment of Speaking Sporadically, the podcast. We are so glad to have you guys here today. Make sure you guys click subscribe so you don't miss any more episodes, and I guess we're just going to roll right into it.
That was so smooth.
I kind of forgot that this is a decent milestone. Number 60.
Mom?
60? Any 10 pieces
Yeah.
are pretty big.
It won't be cool until we get to like 64.
Why 60?
I was thinking more like
64.
68, bro.
Does 64 is such a relevant number?
Why?
Nothing comes to mind. You guys had a crappy childhood, bro.
Explain.
64.
Nothing comes to mind.
No.
Like
I mean, 64 is a really good number. It's divided by 8.
a
divided by
Minecraft
4,
stack
divided
of
by
64.
2. Oh, okay.
That's I
very-
could
that's
care
very-
less. Very
No,
obscure.
I guarantee
That
there's
was a
some people
very-
that got that right away. There's certain
I
people
don't-
that would have got that right away.
I grinded Minecraft as a kid. I played all types
yeah, so how
of
did that not come to
Minecraft.
mind, bruh?
Because it's not that relevant.
No, it's just kind of like random too. Like it's just like it's pretty niche.
It's a very
It is, but it
niche
isn't.
community.
There's like probably like 5 numbers that have like that type of connection for me. Like I hear it and automatically something pops into mind.
What are the other ones?
Probably like 11 because I don't know, like the 11 number. Then probably 24, definitely my football number. Probably all my other football numbers. And then probably like 50 because it's just that's like a perfect number. Most of the perfect numbers. But and then 64.
I'm thinking more like 151. That's definitely up there.
This is a fun game. We each pick a number and try to guess. Like
Guess what it is?
Like the
where'd you
relevance
get it
to
from?
it.
What's my
Yeah,
relevance to 151?
151. Is it-
151.
Toughie, bro.
Is it a tractor?
No,
Some type of car.
definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not. Trey.
Definitely.
Should've
Actually,
knew
that's a
that,
solid
bro.
guess. I will not say definitely not. Just it's not it.
151, bro.
A 151.
I mean,
The
No,
sauce
nothing's
or
coming
the
to mind.
sauces or whatever.
I could say the 151.
Yeah,
That
it's
might
like,
help you.
It's like the one ketchup thing, right? Like ketchup's a part of it.
It's like 50. That's 57.
oh
Yeah, it's like one of the
ketchup has
flavors or
57 on
something.
all of its bottles, right?
Yeah, it's 57.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
All right, what is it?
The 151 refers to the original 151 Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
What were you
I
gonna
was-
say?
I was thinking KFCs and they're like 151 herbs and spices.
No, it's 9, bro.
Oh, it's
9
Yeah.
herbs and spices.
I
I'm gonna give her my
overestimated KFC.
secret.
Because the
like, number
KFC
first.
Twitter account only follows the 4 Spice Girls and 5 guys named Herb.
Really?
Yes,
That is great.
It's amazing.
That is great.
It is.
Dude, some people who run like famous accounts are bold. I don't know how they have jobs. Like,
The
there's one-
Wendy's runner? Or whoever
So
runs
good.
Wendy's?
the
Yes.
Club Penguin TikTok. So there was this big trend
What?
going around where this Twitch streamer named Pokimane. You guys heard of her?
Yeah.
She caught some flack because she hated on another guy streamer who's popping off right now, Jadeon. Like everyone loves him, Jadeon. Like he's like the boys king, like he's always hyping everyone up. And she like hated on him a little bit, and all the boys started attacking him. And there was a TikTok of Pokimane, and the Club Penguin, the verified account, literally commented Pokemid.
Oh,
She's also so to a lot of people she's very attractive, but some people are like after this happened, everyone's like saying like nah, Pokey ain't even that great. She's all right, and literally that account goes pokey mid, and I cried because someone screen recorded it, took a video and like screenshot it, and you know how they like zoom in, so it only shows that, and it zoomed in, and it was just Club Penguin pokey mid. It was so funny. Everyone was like, "Yo, who runs a Club Penguin account?" I thought that website got like
Shut
taken
down.
down years ago. Oh, that was so funny.
That's
but
really
Imagine being
funny.
so big, you would make an account like your servers aren't even operational, and TikTok's like, yeah, we should verify them,
yeah,
bro.
still got
Bro,
a big
it's
following.
It's big time. All right, someone
Just
else
thinking
pick a
more
number.
numbers.
Someone else pick a number over there.
Do I get another number or am I done?
You're done. You've had like 4 or
I
5.
had a
You had
good
literally
one.
5 numbers, bro.
I had a good one though.
Yeah, you got your 64. That was good.
That was
But my
good.
3-digit number. I only got a 2-digit number.
There was no limits on the numbers here.
Well, then I would have said 513.
513. Ooh.
Anybody got it?
Is it a 513 area code? What is that?
Cincinnati.
Is it Cincy?
Yeah, it's Queen City, baby.
McQueen City.
I knew it was. I've heard of that 513 before. I got another one. It's kind of easy. It's another area code. I'll give you that, but it's 808.
Pittsburgh.
No.
Really?
Nope.
808. I feel like
808.
I've heard that
Is it in
before.
Ohio?
Columbus?
Nope. I'll give you guys another hint. A lot of players use this area code by their face mask. They get a face mask that
Hawaii.
has. Yep. How'd you
Yeah.
get that?
What do you say?
I saw it on Instagram because like Marcus Mariota had it on his face
Yep.
mask.
Yep. Tua Tagovailoa, or whatever his name is. Tagovailoa.
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 He
Tua
has,
Tagovailoa.
he had 808, and it's the face mask where they have like 2 half circles and then 1 big circle and then 2 half circles on the side, and it's supposed to 808, and it's the Hawaii area code.
Yeah, it looks
so all the
cool.
Hawaiian
Hawaii.
athletes, at least some,
okay.
they rep 808.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
That's pretty
dope.
cool,
It
actually.
looks clean. I saw that on Instagram.
You got one?
Yeah, you got a number tray?
32.
32.
I should know this one. 32 is a big,
Yeah, I'm
like,
going to say that seems...
common number.
Yeah, but for what?
Is it like personal or?
Kind of, sort of, not really. Just the goat.
LeBron
It's-
didn't wear that number.
Neither
Well, not basketball.
Oh,
say neither did Mike.
It has to be a athlete.
Is it Jim Brown?
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here.
I
I was
got another
thinking,
good
I was
one.
like, go. All right. Neither MJ or Michael were
Not
32.
basketball, so go straight to
I'm like, all right,
Football.
football's the next one. Browns fan who wore 32. That was actually good from the Browns.
undisputed.
Jim Brown. Not the GOAT. He's good.
Easily.
he's Ike bet for sure, at least.
I bet for show. Goof, y'all.
I got a 420.
Wow.
Well, that's a pretty common one.
That's my
really-
track number. Yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of personal
Yep.
meaning to me.
I remember you two.
Yeah.
Wasn't it you two fighting for it the one year? Didn't you
Nah,
have to
it
fight
was-
someone?
It was Lucas.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
I didn't really fight him. I was like,
But then wasn't it too big for him, or was it too small? It was
I
one
don't
or
know
two.
how I remember it, and I don't know, I might have to ask him, but honestly, I was just like, I was like, oh, 420 must be gone. He's like, yeah, I grabbed that one. I'm like, oh, darn, I wore that one for the past 2 years. He's like, well, I'm a senior, so I'm going to wear it. I'm like, no, I understand and respect that. He's like, you know what? For you respecting that, I'm going to respect you and give it to you. And I'm like, I bet, bro. For
sure.
I got it.
My number was 100, I think. It was a clean 100, but it was the extra small. 'Cause
Ooh.
that's another
It had to
joke.
be a
that some-
400, I think.
Yeah, they're all in the 400s.
Oh, right. Mine was
Yeah.
400, just clean. So this is a story you may know. During track, I would always go for the smallest and tightest jersey possible. Because originally, I just like it feeling tight. I don't like clothes being baggy and everything. The second joke was, though, it makes me look more swole. So I put it on, and it would literally look like
Tiny on
like
you.
a real tight Under Armour undershirt. And I'd wear it. And I wore it for our senior photos. I'm like, all right, bet this is 400. Also, it's a clean number, 400. But the day I grab the jersey, and our coach goes, isn't that the extra small, pal? And this is like junior, senior year when I bulked up a little
Yeah.
bit and I was a little bigger. He's like, isn't that the extra small, pile? And I was like, yeah, but it fits. It fits. He's like, why don't you go try that on? I'm like, no, it fits. It fits. He was like, just go try it on for me. I'm like, oh, all right. I put it on and it fits. It fits how I wanted to. I thought it would real nice and tight. And I come out and
Bro,
I try
if
to
you
like,
pulled up your arms, you could like see your belly button.
I come out and I try to like suck in and act like, try to like, you know how
Play
you
it
can
off.
kind of like
Yeah.
shrink in your body, kind
Yeah.
of like not flex in bad posture, and I
Like suck in or something.
Yeah, I kind of just try to be as small as possible. And I walked out, and he's like, I don't think that's gonna work. You're gonna have to go up a couple sizes. I was so mad. And This was senior year too. Junior year, I got away with it. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was
We
hilarious.
didn't have a track
I was.
season
It was
junior year.
hilarious. Oh yeah, we didn't.
It was your senior year because I remember him making you change.
Yeah.
Because that's my 2 vivid memories from that day, talking to Lucas and then
Yeah.
you doing that.
I was so mad, bro.
It sucks.
It's kind of funny though.
Oh, it was hilarious. Because I got away with it in pictures is the funny thing. So like our senior track photo.
How did
would've
you
got
have
away
it on?
with it
swole.
too.
What were we talking about?
Numbers.
We were
not
doing the
numbers.
numbers thing.
We want to move on to some stories. We got quite a bit.
We have quite a few from this week, so
Busy week.
busy.
Yeah.
What do you want to touch on
We
first?
cleared up Barry's ED, so that's good.
Okay.
Moving
Okay.
on.
Okay,
All right.
that was kind of cringe, but I.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Speaking of something cringe, I just like to put on the record, Devin now plays Pokemon Go with us at work.
Yeah, that's a whole story. in
It is a
itself.
big deal. It's
That's a whole
huge.
story.
That is huge.
All right. So listen to this.
well, if we're throwing out cringe things, check out the TikTok. Been posting videos, so
We don't want to get into a roast fest because
I don't want to hear. You haven't posted last week's pod yet.
I know it's
No,
it's at 94%. It's gonna post within the hour.
Yes. I don't want to get into a roast fest because we could all go ham on each other.
Everyone's guilty of something currently.
That's me, Trey.
Anyway, let me get into
Trey's supposed to be posting TikToks too.
I've been busy this last week.
Yeah,
And we already roasted Trey last episode, bro.
Did we?
About his car's trunk.
Oh yeah, you haven't
We
listened to it.
flamed you, dog.
When I got your tees, you had your track bag in your trunk, bro. That thing stank.
Yeah, I know.
It was
stank.
right.
I had to wash everything in there. Like,
We were getting our tees out and we were putting our lips on the bottle, and it was like, this tastes kind of funky. I'm kidding. I was afraid of that though. Anyway, back to Pokemon Go. So at work, we obviously travel a lot, and these guys have played Pokemon Go for a while, and it's a real good deal because Pokemon Go, you have to walk around, you travel, and you go to different places, and you just get better benefits, and that's how you
Yep.
get good at the game.
Get good. Get around.
And so they were all playing, and they all got into it. Originally, I wasn't, and like
You resisted to play for probably 4 months.
well, it's because I couldn't. But I'll get into that.
Yeah.
But it was also just because I didn't want to. Because I didn't really like Pokemon. I never got into it. I wasn't too big on it. But they kept playing and kept playing, and they play it all the time. And like there were so many times a day where I feel so left out because they're like talking or they're like take a little break from working and like catching some stuff. I'm just like sitting here like,
Cool.
So this bro.
what?
Remember when you were playing with 2 phones? You had like you were playing Magic and you had 1 phone.
Bruh. Listen,
We're
to the
coming
story.
around, bro.
We're coming
Never
there.
gonna get
Coming
to that.
around.
Coming there. So finally, I kind of start like getting into it. I start watching it and like what they're doing and how they're playing. I'm like, all right, this kind of looks fun or whatever. But my phone is too old for some reason. It doesn't get software updates, which makes no sense because my phone is newer than Jacob's, but he gets newer software updates.
It's been replaying that video on my Snap stories the whole entire time.
Oh,
Anyway.
my.
Because
Send me
like
that video,
mine's an
too.
iPhone 6, so it's old, but like it still runs fine. It's not like breaking down. It's not ancient, and everything else works on it. Besides, it just doesn't get iOS updates, which prevents me from getting newer apps because it's still stuck on like 12.5, and everyone else is on like 15.5. I'm like probably 20 updates behind.
You're a lot. That's pretty far.
And it makes no sense because older phones in mine do get the updates.
I don't understand it. I
It's
really
just literally
don't.
something about my phone specifically, like not the model, I guess.
I think it's the
I don't know.
iPhone 6, but
It would
When I
be
will-
weird if for the iPhone 6 to not.
I've heard a
and then
lot
the-
of problems with the 6.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Battery's
issues.
terrible and
the
just-
bend thing, that was the first year I had a big deal with the bends.
Yeah.
So
I feel like all older phones have their problems, though, you know?
they do. That's
I
why
think
it's
a lot of this
best
stuff.
just upgrade whenever you
Anyway,
can.
anyway.
Anyways.
So I couldn't get it on the phone. But at home, I have an old iPhone 8, I believe it is. And this phone is not hooked up to a plan, so it doesn't have service. But it's an iPhone 8, so it's newer. And I had it, and I need it right now because being able to hook up to my guitar amp, there's an app that I can go on and adjust all the levels and effects and everything. So I basically just use it as a remote for my guitar amp. And like there's another app or two that I use it, like an email Outlook app for like one of my school accounts and some.
This
I'm like,
episode of being rich.
bro, these two phones combined are probably $300.
Maybe $300, yeah.
Maybe. Anyway, so I go. I have an idea. Well, I could get my iPhone 8 and play Pokemon Go wherever I can get Wi-Fi or hotspot it with this phone. And bro, it is the goofiest thing. I walk around everywhere with 2 phones. I'm like, oh, let me turn on my hotspot to connect my other one to play Pokemon Go. I'm walking around like, guys, I can't get service for my hotspot to connect to the Wi-Fi. Luckily, a lot of the Lowe's and Home Depot stores have free Wi-Fi.
They all have free Wi-Fi.
So whenever I go in, I can hook up. I'm like, all right, turn off my hotspot there. This one goes in my pocket and start playing some Pokemon Go.
This man is
baby.
doing everything but buying a new phone at this point.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Just
probably will
avoiding
soon.
it.
I'll probably get something new. Either buy it
Just
or
go brand new.
do something.
And then you can keep it for 10 years again, and it'll be good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I've been grinding that lately. So
Yep.
Luke,
Finally,
Yeah.
work
I would
guys.
just like to reference, I forget what episode it was. It was like episode 12 last year. It was Gibble Com Day was the exact same, Gibble Community Day, which essentially it's like 7 hours where only a certain
I
Pokemon
remember.
spawns. And Devin was going hard on me about playing Gibble Com Day during the pod because I was still playing while I was sitting at his house.
you guys still take it way too serious.
No.
There's so many times.
There's so
where
many
I'm
people
like,
that play it way more than we do.
I don't not believe that. There's just so many times where I'm playing it and I'm like, guys, I do not care. And like they will get pissed at me like, what are you doing? Dude, this matters. You're an idiot for doing that. I'm like, bro, this is a video game. Like there's been days I'm gonna call Luke out and Darren, the other guy
That's
we work
fair
with.
enough.
They both get heated over this game. Like there was one time where Darren traded our boss, Tyson, and like you trade Pokemon with each other and you basically just send it to each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can get a Lucky. And Lucky, what does it do? It just makes it better.
makes it cheaper to make it better. It costs less Stardust.
So it's
too.
better, and it's like it's really rare. There's
It's
one
kinda
time
cool.
where Darren and Tyson traded, and they got lucky.
Literally last week.
They got luckies, and Luke worthless the rest of the day. Like
Lost it.
visually, he was visually pissed. And there's been everyone has done this really, besides me. There's been so many days where Luke gets so mad, or like Luke and Tyson will trade, and Darren will be like, "Oh nah, I hate you guys." It's so funny. They are.
It never
legit
happens
over.
to Tyson though.
No,
Tyson
Tyson
always
is
has a
pretty
good
good.
mood, but Darren and I will be.
They will go back
We're
and
out
forth.
after each other's throats with this game.
So are you guys like
they are.
competing? Or are you working?
Oh no,
Okay.
for sure.
It's
For Darren
honestly-
and Luke,
it's a competition.
Darren and Luke, they
It's huge.
they razz each other all the time about like the Pokemon they have. They name Pokemon after each other. If they get something good, like Darren has a 4-star Lucky Electabuzz, which is a really good Pokemon. 4 stars.
I traded
maxed
him
out.
that.
4-star maxed out. And he also has another Pokemon like Lickitung. Is that
Yeah,
name?
Lickitung.
Another like 4-star Lucky, really really good.
It wasn't 4-star, but it's just lucky.
And he
Random
literally
dumb
names
lucky.
it after Luke just to make him mad. Like I was driving in a car one time, Luke, home from work, and Darren got a lucky Charizard, a really good Charizard. I think it might have been a 4-star, something really cool. I'm sitting in the car. Ding! Luke gets a text. He opens it. It's a screenshot of the Charizard named Luke. And he actually goes ham. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. Throws his phone out. Like, he was actually mad. And the same thing has happened. Because don't you have a Pokemon named Darren?
No, I'm waiting
Not
on
yet.
something that he really wants.
Okay, yeah.
I'm waiting on something he really wants to come around.
Okay.
Like
This seems so
something's gonna
toxic.
come around one day, and I'm
What
gonna
is
have
it, bro?
something. He likes Kyogre more than anything in the world, so I have been
Didn't you say it's like a Kyogre
raiding.
raid tomorrow.
Kyogre raids end tomorrow at 10, and I've been raiding like mad to try to get a shiny. And if I get a shiny, I'd have something I'd be worth naming Darren Turner.
Yeah, and he would actually be mad.
And he would actually be visibly upset. He'd be like, "Oh, that's so cool."
Yeah, it's so funny.
Oh,
to see
man.
see them go at it. It's so good.
Well, I didn't mean like intrude on the story earlier, but so Devin's at our house, and I didn't know his whole Pokemon thing's going on, and he's sitting on the ground with 2 phones in front of him, like clicking back and forth. And me and Isaiah are looking like, Devin, what are you doing? And like as casual, like as if he'd done it 100 times. He's like, oh, I'm just playing Pokemon Go. Like,
Like everyone does. This is normal.
normal.
like, so you just have a Pokemon Go phone? He's like, yeah, pretty much. Like, okay, sounds good. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Another story from me. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish my stories. And this is also Luke. We went to a live band not last night but the night before, Saturday night,
Saturday night,
and it was a pretty good band. No,
1988.
was it? No, it was Friday night.
Oh, Friday night.
It-
Night's
Friday
band.
night. Friday night was
They
the
were
story.
Friday night's the story. Saturday night band was really good though. 1988. If you're from
Friday
our
night's the
area.
story. Saturday's the blur.
Anyways, Friday night was one of the coolest experiences for Devin. Devin absolutely
And-
ate this up.
And for Luke, because you thought I was such a cool
Yeah,
experience
I
for
was
me
just
that
loving it because you loved it.
And I kept loving it because you were loving it for me. Because the next night it was even
We were
funnier.
just on
So-
top of each other the entire
So obviously
time.
there's the common joke for just guitar and bands in general that you just scream Freebird because you want them to play. Like if they have any songs, just Freebird, play Freebird, and it's supposed to like make them like really mad. It's like kind of yelling Thunderstruck to a rock band because they want to hear that, and it just
Or oi. Like
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
night, the whole crowd was
I
yelling,
didn't
oi.
get that. That was
Oi.
hilarious though. Like I'm sitting there, like I'm a big AC/DC fan. I know a lot of songs. They're sitting there, oi, 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 and like, what song is oi? And they're like, fine, we're gonna give you what you want. Dun, 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 dun. And then you know,
TNT started.
oi, which is TNT. And I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Anyway, back to Friday night. So we were there with a few friends, and we started yelling Freebird. I only did it a couple times as a joke, but then
So there was literally like a dozen people for each stage front.
yeah. And then Felix,
Who's been on the pod.
he was constantly yelling because he like wanted it for me. He's like laughing, like, yeah, Freebird, Freebird, because obviously I'm sure he loves the song too. And then they hit it. They go,
All right, we're gonna do it.
and they go in the Freebird. And a lot of times we've done this a few times before, but every time they play Freebird, they just play like the song.
And then
that
they
you
stop
hear.
when the solo comes.
Yeah, because how the song is they have the normal song with the words, and then literally like halfway through. So the first like 4 minutes of the song, then the next 5 minutes. I know you've heard it. I showed you one time in the weight room. Next 5 minutes is just all
Guitar
a
solo.
massive guitar solo, and it just ends no words.
It's
So-
beautiful, honestly.
Yeah,
It is.
It's amazing. So we go this whole time hearing the song, and I kind of expect them to cut it off after the main song, because
Yeah.
that's what everyone does. The words stop. We're sitting there. I'm expecting it to end, and then I hear the beat, the tempo start to pick up, because that's what it does. I'm trying to think of how it goes into, and I don't really want to.
You don't want to think
show
about
my
it too
vocals
much.
here, 'cause it's
Yeah.
not warmed up. Cause yeah, it goes like, cause I'm a free bird, yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I was in there, but then the dude starts hitting it, and it starts, and I'm like, nah. Me and Luke and everyone, we all look at each other. 'Cause,
He's
like, this
actually
is the
sawing
part.
on it.
This is the part where like we keep going back and forth, cause I knew right.
You were
as it
like
started-
doing this, the face with you're like,
Yeah, I was not expecting it. I was pumped because he was hitting it pretty good.
he was getting after
He
it.
rails like the whole solo for
Like
the
about
most
three
part.
quarters of it.
For the most part, and it sounded amazing. Like it wasn't amazing, but it sounded really good. The first time I've ever seen that played live in front of me, I got a little video of it, him playing it, and I was so impressed. And even after they ended, because that was their like last song.
That was the last song. Yeah, they were done.
So after that, I went over and I talked to him, like, and me and Felix started like, "Yo, dude, that was awesome." We fist bumped. Like, when we yelled Freebird, we were not expecting you to play it. And he's like, "Yeah, I've been playing for 40 years. I still don't know that whole solo." And we're like, "Yeah, we know it's pretty tough." But
he
you
also
nailed
said, he's
it."
like, I've been practicing 40 years for this.
Yeah. And it was so good
It
because
was cool.
It was so cool to see, and it sounded good, but then again, I could tell that he did miss some parts and it wasn't the full thing. But to be fair, if you did want to play that solo, it's actually two guitars.
It's supposed to be dueling
Yeah,
guitars.
they're like you can hear two different parts, but anyway. But that like fueled even the next night because every time there was because we were again got stage front for the next band.
we were just
We were
standing there.
right in front of the guitarist too. So every time there's a solo in every song, Luke would always look back at me to see my face. And I'd be sitting there, and I'd look at
Eating it up.
Luke, and then Luke would eat it up from me, and I would eat it up because I could tell when Luke was going to turn around too. I would see him start the solo. I'm like, Luke's about to turn around, and Luke would turn around, and we'd look at each other. Oh, it was so good. It was just
Quality.
It was a fun weekend.
Quality weekend. And then lastly, you missed it last night. The crowd was like 2 times as big as any of the other crowds this weekend.
No calf cramps.
No calf cramps this time. But it wasn't like, a surf. But the whole left side of the stage right, it'd be stage right. There's a bunch of guys over there, and they were all shirtless. There's probably 25 to 30 guys all standing there shirtless.
And that was the best part of
last
Luke's
night. Whoa.
Did you join him?
Wow. I did not. Felix did, though.
Another funny thing is Felix crowd surfed Saturday night.
Yeah, I know.
Somehow.
He got crowd surfed Saturday night.
It's always Felix. Felix
Every
is always
time.
the one yelling, always doing stuff, and then like Luke turns around, and I'm like, I wonder what Luke's looking at. I turn around, Felix
I started
up on
dying.
top of people crowd
I recognize
surfing.
that guy.
I'm like, bruh,
Are you kidding me right now?
yeah, why?
It's always Felix. There's a reason I hang out with him because he always falls into
The right place,
The right place, right
Good
time.
thing.
Always a good time. Every time I'm with him. Every time.
That's the trait of bloody legends right there.
He really is. He's a fun person. I have reason I hang out with him all the time.
My only disappointment of the weekend is I didn't get one of the guitar picks from the Saturday
1988
night
band.
1988. Or was it just
1988 was
Yeah,
the name of the band.
1988. But yeah, like the dude on his mic stand, he had like probably 5 or 6 guitar
Yeah, it
picks.
was
It
like
just had 1988 on it, and he grabbed a couple and threw them, and I didn't get them. Like, all right, that's fine. I'll ask him after or get him something because there were still like 3 left. But then the band ends, we walk away to talk a little bit, and I walk back, and then they're all like gone. So I don't know if just people took them or if he took them or something, and I couldn't find him back to ask for him. It wasn't the biggest deal because it's not like this band is my idol or anything, but it still would have been cool. To
They were a
yeah,
fun band, though. They all had, like, shoulder length, like,
Oh, that is another thing. Like,
shoulder length real hair.
these guys were one of the
Like,
better bands
legit.
I've seen. First, they played good music that I like because they played.
They thought they played a good mix of
Yeah.
rock, old rock, and, like, rock people like to hear, too.
Well, that older rock, the rock people like to hear is like older rock. Like they played all the classics you can think of when you think of like rock and like a live show. Like they played obviously TNT.
Mhm.
They played Pour Some Sugar on Me. They played. Didn't they play like Welcome to the Jungle?
Maybe early.
Or was it Eye of the Tiger?
Eye of the Tiger does go.
I don't think they played either of those.
They played like that type of music. They played. What else did they play?
That's like their wheelhouse, though.
Yeah. What other songs? Can you remember any others?
I was
They
just
play
eating it
anything
up.
by like Journey or Bon Jovi.
Yeah, they played
a bunch of
Living
Bon
on a
Jovi.
Prayer.
Oh,
They
yeah.
played.
They played like 3 songs by Bon Jovi.
Living on a Prayer.
Bon
They
Jovi
played
passed away.
It's My
Don't
Life.
Stop- It's My Life. Don't Stop Believing. Like all the classics that you like. People.
Everything
bounce
that people love to just sing it back to them.
to. Exactly.
The crowd, they loved it. They're like, "You guys are loud tonight. We love this." It
Yeah.
was great.
And then another thing Luke was talking about, these guys were decked, which I thought was sweet. Like, absolutely sick. These guys looked like they played in 1980s. All of them had long, shoulder length hair. We're pretty sure the guitarist was wearing a wig. But still, just the fact that he matched them, they all had the...
The bass guitarist had a cutoff on,
shirt.
like full
They
cutoff,
all
like
had
maybe that wide cutoff
The
on the
bell-bottom
shoulder.
jeans with, like,
Boots or ripped
boots
jeans with
with the
boots.
fur.
bandanas around their boots. They had, like, the big pink spots on, like, their jeans, like, big pink patches. They
How
had
old were these
the
guys?
headbands.
They're probably
40.
early 50s, late 40s.
like, not that old, but
They're not that old, but
they
like
matched the
they're
style
older.
perfectly.
They were
had
probably
all
all
the
born in
bandanas,
1988, if I had
Big
to take a
necklaces
guess.
and all the rings on their fingers. They looked like a rock band from the 80s, 90s.
It was
so
perfect.
cool. I love that.
They were perfect.
But yeah, that's going to wrap up this segment. We'll
Ooh.
catch you guys in the next segment when we have some more stories and more stuff to talk about.
And we'll have to use this as a moment of peace for Bon Jovi. He did pass away a couple days ago, so gotta finish our moment of silence that we ended on. Yeah, thanks for a good career, Bon Jovi, and fulfilled us with a lot of happy songs and real good headbangers. But anyways, bro, I mean, I don't even know how to introduce it, bro. Like, probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. The podcast now has a state champion as a host, bro. How cool is that?
It's legendary.
Unbelievable. Took way too long after cross. We wanted that so badly.
Yeah, took like 2 minutes and 30 seconds out, or 3 seconds, I would say.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That was a long time.
The longest 2 minutes of your life.
A little bit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but so Trey here, expert runner, and they had just, 4 truly phenomenal athletes that ran the 4x8 relay this past weekend.
Frank was one of them who has just
Yeah.
been on one of the past
Frank has
recent
been on.
episodes.
2 episodes ago.
We'll have to get the Gassens on sometime when
For
they can all
sure.
wear their gold medals and be on. So yeah, absolutely awesome. Any like what were your all takeaways from that? Because in the moment, it had to be absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, because the entire night before, I think we went to bed at 12, got up at 6. We were no sleep. The entire night in the hotel room, we're just screwing around and stuff, just having fun. I don't know. So it didn't really feel like we had the race until probably about, hour and a half before, I'd say. Because Frank before, 2 hours before, whatever in the morning, he's like, yeah, I'm not really nervous for this at all. Hour and a half before, Frank, completely nervous. It's bad.
Absolute wreck.
And then once we started warming up and stuff for it and getting ready, all four, I guess, yeah, I would say all 4 of us drop dead nervous. We're like, oh god, like
Here we go.
we've ran all indoor season, all season, and we've only lost like once all season.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, this is where we practice all year for.
Yeah, and they were pretty like steady favorites to be in the top 2.
Yeah, we kind of thought it'd be a 2-man race the entire time. That
Yeah.
would just be us two and probably end up in a sprint out at the end. So our entire goal is Colin to be near the front of the pack, and then the rest of the race is probably going to be us and the other team neck and neck the entire time, just us two in a pack by ourselves. And then so Colin gets off to a strong start, and the other team that we think we're going to have to actually like go against, it's not like they're far behind. We had like a gap off the get-go. And then Frank gets the baton. Oh my God.
Bro, Frank took him to Gapplebee's.
That man went ham. He had probably a 50-meter lead on everyone by the time I got the baton.
That's amazing.
And that man is something else, especially since like all indoor year, he was always like our slowest leg and stuff, and he hated running it. Like he despised it. He's like, God, I don't even want to do track. Like I don't even want to do this stuff. We're like, Frank, you gotta stay put. You gotta stay in this, my man. We need you. We need you, dog. And he went ham. And then at that point, it's just maintaining a 50-meter lead, and then I guess we closed it out, and we won by 7 seconds, I think, on him.
Yeah, 7 seconds.
Which is massive.
Yeah, and that is insane.
Finished with the
Then-
7:56, I believe.
7:53.
Oh yeah,
broke the
that's a
one
big
school
difference
record by,
actually.
like, a second. But no, then just celebrating after was, you can't even put that into words. Just us four celebrating on it. And there's a really cool picture that we saw in the article, the one that I guess we all posted, of us just like hugging, I guess. And then there's videos of us celebrating. They're just so fun to watch. I know that night in the hotel, all of us are just like watching that video over and over and over again and over. Then it's an incredible experience to say the least, because we've all been running together for the past 3 years constantly, and just finally actually paying off, I guess, in the end, and finally doing what we wanted to do, which was awesome.
One of my favorite pictures is I showed Trey. It's a picture of them when they're on the pedestal, and you know how they have all the places, first, second, third, fourth, and whatever. They zoomed in on the photo, and it's just a picture of first and the first team, which is Trey and his team, and the second. And Trey and all the Army guys were up there, and they were all smiling, like around each other, having the grandest time. And then you look the slightest bit down and to the left to the second place squad, absolute, just straight faces, like absolutely no emotion. Like they weren't no emotion. They were mad. They all had the worst look on their face. Like they looked like they were about to kill somebody. I thought that was the greatest thing ever. I don't know why. I just think that's hilarious. I mean, they're just right there, and you could tell they were so mad at it.
They were very bad, because usually, even if we don't get first or anything, or like anything we run, like we always talk to other teams, like joke around, like just have fun with people. And they would not talk to us one bit.
Yeah.
Like we'd be sitting there talking, like making jokes with like the team to our left, the third place team, and like they're laughing with us. And I just look over, and they're just staring at us, just blank face, just staring like,
Yeah. I mean,
Jesus.
and that storyline's even bigger because I was there to witnessing it at the indoor state track meet when they beat you guys by a pretty hefty margin, almost like how much
Yeah.
you just beat them.
Yeah,
and
they-
I remember talking to you specifically. You were saying like, "There's no chance. We're just gonna get second again," because I think that was the same team that did really well
Yep.
against you guys in cross. Trey was having flashbacks. And I'm like, "Just stick with it, Trey. Just stick with it."
Yeah, because cross season, they're like distance, like they're a dynasty in distance running, at least like cross country wise, and then any distance event in track too. Like it's always like us, them, like even back when like Jake Joe ran, like that's all they ran against was that team. And so cross country, we got third, and they absolutely smoked us. Like we were coming in like thinking that we could contend and like beat them, obviously, and we got absolutely smoked. And then come indoor season, we ran 4x8 against them, thinking we could win indoor state or whatever.
Nope.
Absolutely get smoked by like 10, 15 seconds, and they run like a D2, D3 state record that day. And we're like, all four of us are even like, this is
Not gonna happen.
yeah. We're like
This is not
at this point, it's a race for with how good they are at this point. This is a race for second. There's no way in heck that we can beat them. And then guess that was our day, and wasn't really their day at all.
That's all it takes. A wise man once said, "It's better to be lucky than it is to be good."
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just good.
That's probably both. Yeah.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
And then you guys all had the rest of your events, which were less, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't say less like dramatic, but I mean, after you kind of already done what you came to do.
Yeah, after running that, because that's obviously the first event and the first day after that, we all felt like we could just go home at this point and be happy. Like, no one really cared as much. It was
Yeah.
just nervous for the other
Yeah.
races. Like, it was just,
But
We could
it
be
still did
content.
really well. And you guys still really did well in your 4x4, right? So,
yeah.
That was
I
good.
think, what, fourth? Something like
I
that.
turn our lights on, dog.
We always forget that.
And even
So bad.
the
Oh my
firelights.
Goodness gracious. We're going to act like that didn't happen.
Yeah, we got to keep the vibe going in here, bruh.
Maybe. Maybe.
Come on, Dolph.
Finish.
Let me look for the actual like sensor.
We'll
Oh,
censor
yeah.
that out.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
Hey.
Got
Here,
something.
It's going.
That's rolling.
Bet.
I'm just
Big bet. It's a big bet piece.
But no, even just after, like, all the excitement, like, all the fans were,
Yeah.
like, ecstatic. Like, so many hugs. Like, all you guys there.
Because
It
we were with a crowd of some Larmy guys, track alumni and track fans, and another track teammate of ours, and we were all talking like our hearts were just racing watching that race. We were
Yeah.
pumping, going crazy for you guys.
And even coming back now, like, going to work tonight, every single person I said, they're like, "Oh, congratulations!" Like, every single person I see, I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's crazy."
You can get a big banner up in the gym, too.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we'll
Join an elite crew of people that have a banner.
yeah, it's our first relay team from Larmy to win too, so we'll have all of our names on, which that'll be cool to see too.
That's always fun.
Yes.
I remember the last time they hung a banner, I was working at the school that day, and we just spent the entire morning hanging the banner. Everyone just kind of stood there and watched it. Pretty unexciting, but pretty cool at the same
I mean,
time.
in a small town, it's a big thing.
When everyone knows everybody, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Any other stories from that actual day?
The track meet.
That day, not
Either
so
days.
much, but the
Yeah.
next day, definitely
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, so obviously we the whole track team got together, like, celebrate and whatnot, and we had one of our friends who Wes. I don't know, have we had Wes on?
No, but we
I know,
mentioned.
he's
You
supposed to
know,
be.
No, 'cause
he,
of the
he lost the
dress.
fantasy punishment,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
you've seen him in that. And the football dude, that did a number on his body, especially his shoulders. So he had one operated on, but the other one he didn't have operated
Yep.
on. So it's kind of sloppy and it's just loose. And we all get to this celebration, me, Frank, and Trey, and we're playing a game with Wes. We're playing Just Die, and Wes goes out to, I think he FIFA'd one,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, I'm standing on his right, and yeah, he's on my left, obviously, and he had Sergio on his right one, so it's his left one that's like screwed up and stuff.
Yeah.
And he kicked a dice in the air, and I went to like catch it, obviously, and I ran into his right side on this side, like we bumped heads.
Yeah.
And he immediately like goes down. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
is your head okay? Like I grabbed his head. I'm like, oh, are you okay? He's like, oh, my shoulder popped out, like on his left side, no contact, like no anything
Yeah.
really, and like he just overextended it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he tried popping it back in on the spot, couldn't get it back in. And this man, he has a high pain tolerance.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen him like complain about
And it
it.
was
that.
like visually, like, at first I thought it was kidding until I like saw his shoulder.
It's
and it was
drooping.
like drooping like this.
It
like
was-
his fingertips below his kneecaps.
It was
You
bad.
could tell there was like a 3-inch drop.
And so he's like barely, like I guess he can walk, but he's like,
Yeah.
he is laboring. We're like, oh crap, what do we do? At first we're like, oh, do we take him to the ER? We're like, oh, we can just go to a family doctor in town, and like they can just try to like get it back in real quick and like just at least ease the pain. And so I sprint to my car and pull it around, and people are like trying to stop us, like, hey, like trying to talk. We're like, don't even say a word, like we're just like going. So then we hop in, or we get Wes in the car in the front seat, and then you and Frank hopped in the back seat, and we just cruised down. It's even worse because at this point he's in a lot of pain, so I'm like, all right, I want to like hurry up, get him there as soon as possible. But if I hit a bump or accelerate,
I mean,
or
Trey
like,
went to turn out of the driveway, and I'm telling you, he's going from like 10 to 20 miles an hour in probably like a couple seconds. Like, you were kind of taking it easy, but kind of accelerating. Wes was like, Trey, slow down.
He's probably said that every 5 seconds. I'm like, do you want me to get you there? Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to drive 30 all the way there?
Yeah, we're going down 705. You know how the practice field's like on the right of it. We probably just get to the practice field. So like 120 yards, and he's like, start braking, Trey, start braking.
And then so we go to this family doctor's house, and we called him. He never picked up. I run out my car. I knock on the door. It's completely dark inside. We're like,
No.
oh gosh. Like, I bet he's still in Columbus visiting his son or something. And so then we called a chiropractor in town to see if he can help. Like, we just take him to his house or something. He's still in Columbus. And so then we go to your aunt's house, who's a nurse.
Doctor.
Yeah. But I guess she's also how many months pregnant?
8 months.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard for her to get away. And Wes
Yeah.
is a big dude, so it'd be hard for her to like maneuver him around and stuff.
Yeah. So she tried her best technique to get him in without like, because she just didn't have the size and strength to pop it in. So then we had to do last resort, and we called his parents, and we had to bring him to the ER.
Yeah, and so we get him back in the car, and he calls his parents, and we're expecting like, oh, we'll drop him off at his house, and his parents can like take over for us, like we didn't really want to drive all the way to the ER with them. And his parents are like, yeah, we're in St. Mary's right now, like we'll meet you guys at the ER. We're like,
Okay.
all right.
For a friend.
For him. And so then we drive all the way there.
And mind you, like, we still got to take it slow.
Yeah, so it takes forever to get there. And then we pull in, and we had to sit in there for what, like 30 minutes before he got
Not
in?
a very high priority, just a pop
No.
shoulder.
Yeah. This man's just in excruciating pain, but you can just chill in the lobby. They made him sign the paper, bro. And he pops, I think he's a lefty, and his left shoulder's out, bro. So he's supporting his one arm, trying to, like, can't even, like, move his fingers. And we're like, oh my God, what is going on right now?
Bro, can he sign this later?
Yeah, can you pop this in, then sign it? But no. And then so we walk in there, and there's like 7 sheriffs in there, and they have a guy detained, and I don't know like what was wrong with him.
Yeah, he looked fine.
Yeah, he looked fine. But for whatever reason, needed medical treatment from the ER. And then it's like, I don't know, the ER, just like the emergency assessment seems so weird to me, you know? Because that guy was just chilling, and he was there first, granted. But I feel like we had someone that was in some pain, and they just like... They like opened the door. We look up. We thought they were gonna call for Wes, and they say the guy's name, and he walks in. We're like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude, they were in no hurry at all to try to like just like set it in real quick or something.
Yeah.
Took their great old time. He's just sitting in his chair, holding his arm, just.
And then we finally get in there, and we're like, I don't know, like in the movies, you think like doctor's gonna come out and fix you real quick, but no, they're like, all right, let's sit you in the chair and get your blood pressure.
Yep.
And then they ask him like all the list of questions, like on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate your pain? Wes was like, probably a 10. Yeah, it hurts pretty bad.
It was even funnier because while she's doing all that stuff, us four at that point are like, we're just messing around at that point.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, we're like, oh, this is like really serious. But then even Wes was like, just joking around the entire time. So it was kind of fun then, but still not.
Yeah.
So then situation.
Then they took him back to get an X-ray, like an X-ray before they do anything to it to make sure nothing, like they can do something to it, which is probably the smart way of going about it.
Yeah.
So they go do that, and we're just chilling in the lobby, and we're waiting for his mom to get there to leave. And then his mom finally gets there, and we're like, all right, we give him his phone. We're like, all right, we finally feel like we can ethically leave now, you know? So
Yeah.
I thought we did the right thing, though. So
Yeah,
I was
I would
happy
agree
with
with
it
that.
for sure. But it was crazy because Wes actually came back. He drives all the way back to the celebration where we were, and he shows back up. And this man was like hurrayed like a hero.
War hero, give him the Purple Heart.
He's back.
He
Because I'm not gonna lie, if I was him, I would have went straight home after that.
Oh, for sure.
I've never had a shoulder fall out, and I don't really know what it feels like, but I feel
Yeah.
like it would be.
Yeah.
It was. He showed me the before and after.
That was the craziest thing. They took X-rays before and after
I
they
guess I
got
have
it
the
in and
pictures
out.
on my phone. I'll show you later. 'Cause
And-
it's nasty.
Yeah, like kind of imagine like you have like your collarbone that's straight up here, and then you have some other things, but then you have like the big socket's pretty noticeable. So he shows me one picture and he's like, "Guess which one this is?" I'm like, "Definitely the before." Because like 3-inch gap between where any bone was and then between like this main big bone, and it was just like sitting out of socket. And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then the after was pretty much like where you would assume it to be, and it was like touching that bone almost.
It's
was
really
even-
quite amazing that you can just shove it right back in, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do anything crazy to put an arm back in its socket. Just
Yeah.
put some
Or just
pressure
how-
and pop it in.
Or just how easy it pops out too. Like
Yeah.
it just comes out.
Yeah.
Like even what he was doing. That's insane.
Random.
I told Luke a story where there's this guy that I knew, and my parents told me about him because their parents are good friends. But he played a lot of football, and he had bad shoulders, and both of his shoulders were bad, and they were absolutely slushies. Is how I described them. He would be sitting in class doing nothing, and then he would just feel one just slide out.
I think that must have been one of my parents' classmates because I've heard the same story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they would just slip out.
It was just like it didn't really hurt him at that point because it's like I said, it's
so
just
used to
slushies.
it.
They're so used to it.
Yeah.
But he would just sit there and he would just kind of fall out, and he would just kind of either pop it in himself or get someone else to do it or whatever. And I'm like,
Because once you lose that labrum, there's like
Yeah.
no
Nothing holding
seal,
it.
there's no anything
Yeah.
holding it in.
yeah,
It just slides out.
And it was even funnier too when we left because we're obviously in a hurry. So none of us grab our phones or like wallets for like anything. So like everyone's wondering like where we are, like what we're doing, because we just left without saying anything to anyone. So
I
they
think only Wes brought his phone.
what? He wasn't even able to use it either because he's like call my dad. I'm like, all right, what's your passcode? I'd type it in and do like hold it up to Wes's ear for him.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't do anything. And so none of us had anything. No one knew what was going on because they just had to see all of us run out and Wes just like holding his arm in excruciating pain and just get in the car and us just leave without saying anything to anyone. And so we get back and we got masks there because we had to wear masks in the lobby.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, guys, let's all put on our masks before we get back in the party. So we get out and we all have our mask on. Everyone just goes nuts.
Yeah, they celebrated us as heroes
Everyone's
too.
just
when
like,
we got
where
back.
were you guys? We told them everything that happened. They're like, what the heck? This happened.
crazy.
Another funny thing is we called Wes's girlfriend just like keep her in the know of things, and we're like, yeah, Wes is in the ER, and she's like, nah, that's Cap, bruh. And we're like, we're not capping, dog. Like, we're being for real right now.
Yeah, she's like, send pictures. We sent a picture, and she still didn't believe us. She called us again. She's like, what? She's like, you guys are messing with me. I'm like, yeah, we drove all the way to the ER just to pull this prank on you for absolutely no reason at all. You're right. My bad.
That sounds like something she would say.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would start messing with her and be like, we're at the ER. It's not looking good for
It's
him.
not looking like when she actually believes us.
I
not
felt
looking
bad
good.
after that too.
Well, yeah,
then-
because she was really like sorry that.
Yeah, she apologized a lot, but
Yeah.
then she wanted to talk to Wes. So I'm holding up to his ear, but I can still hear the entire conversation. 'cause, like, it's literally right next to me. I can hear her start crying, like, oh, "Are you okay?" And stuff. Like she's actually worried. Wes is like, "I'm not gonna die. My shoulder just out. Like it's not life or
I'd
death."
be like, remember me?
Remember
I go,
me?
Oh, if I was him, I would have messed with her
They're
so
carting him
much.
out right
Oh,
now.
man.
I gotta go.
I see the light.
That's terrible.
Oh,
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but it was eventful.
Oh,
That's for
good weekend.
Yeah, we still give him so much crap for it because we went to his girlfriend's grad party today, me and Jason, and I was telling Jason all this stuff and I explained it to him. And the first thing he does is when we walk up, he went to like bait Wes. He's like try to give him a high five, and Wes goes, he's like, nah, I don't want to pop your shoulder out. We probably shouldn't do that. He just looks at him, he's like, you're right.
There was a funny thing where Wes's girlfriend, she wanted to be on the podcast one time, and I was like, I don't know, we'll see. And I walked away to go do something, and like behind me, I hear the conversation. Wes is like, "Do you even know his name?" And she was like, I immediately stop. I'm turning around, and I'm like, "You want to be on the pod, but you don't know my name?" She's like, I know it. And I give her a big old one of those, and I'm like, it ain't happening.
You're out of here.
Yeah. That was so funny.
I ain't gonna do it.
I ain't gonna do it. Come on, Jamal.
Come on, Jamal. We're friends. I ain't gonna do it. No.
Sorry, that's a little work inside story.
Still funny.
But is that really all you guys got? Stories?
Really, yeah, that's all we got.
Only.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we hit a lot of bases, I think, today.
Yeah, we definitely did. And we can call it a little early. We got about probably 6 minutes left if we wanted to.
6 minutes left. Now we can probably talk for 6 minutes. I don't know what you guys want to talk about. Luke, drop the socials.
Oh, yeah. TikTok at Speaking Sporadically. Instagram at Speaking_sporadically. And then YouTube, obviously. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that little bell icon so you don't miss an upload when they get uploaded.
I got another thing.
Yeah, what's up?
Also, we're having a bit of a problem right now. Our pods aren't posting to Spotify,
Oh, yeah, it's an issue.
even though they're like going to Anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Have you noticed that?
I haven't. I only check
Evan
YouTube.
told us about it.
Evan
When we
went
worked
on.
with him.
Because he must be he listens to it a lot on Spotify.
He only listens on Spotify.
It's like, 'cause I only
And-
check when it posts on YouTube, not
Yeah.
Spotify.
Like, have you
anymore.
tried to post it? Because I ain't going to cap. Like, I haven't been doing it.
You haven't been going to Anchor?
No, I have not been doing it.
Why not, bruh?
Bruh, I've been.
It's easy. You gotta do it.
I
to
know
Anchor,
it's easy,
too.
bro. I know it's easy.
Oh.
But anyway, I've
It's like, but have you like done it and it failed?
no, it posts to Anchor and everything works. Like that's what I'm confused about. It goes through right now, but if you go to Spotify, our most recent one was like episode 56.
So we're like a month behind on.
Yeah, and I don't really know what
Spotify
to do.
posts.
So
Yeah.
I don't even know if you're
If
listening.
you're a
to this,
Spotify listener, we're sorry.
I was gonna say if you're a Spotify listener, go listen to YouTube, but you won't be hearing this.
Yeah.
So if you know any Spotify listeners, tell them to go to
Yeah, let 'em
YouTube.
know.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't even know if maybe it's going to Apple Podcasts or
It's probably,
the
I
other-
don't
the
even know.
other stuff.
No,
I
it
don't
should
know.
only be going. The way I've been doing it should only be going to Spotify. And I know the
I
last
think it
one
still
I've done
goes to
was
all.
56. So no, it only goes to Spotify. Maybe I think possibly because we've been alternating posting, so you may have just done
They
it
might be
a wrong way.
different way.
And
Different
then
way, not a wrong
a
way.
different way that's not working. So how is it? Like,
I guess.
yeah. And then I just
Well-
haven't done it. So I'll look into it tonight and I'll try to
Okay.
get it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, not tonight. I'll look into it tomorrow. It's about to be tomorrow in like 30 minutes, bro. Anyways, but one last thing I wanted to say, like, if you ever do want to be on the pod, I know we like joked about, her wanting to be on the pod, but no, we're definitely open to having guests. Like, we really enjoy it. So if you are serious about it, because we don't know who all listens and everything, but
Drop us a line. Text one of us.
Okay.
Comment. If you know us, text us. Otherwise, comment. Send us an email.
Maybe not the email thing.
No?
Yeah, we
No
don't check-
email?
we don't check
No
it
one-
enough. We don't check it
DM,
enough.
DM the Insta. That would be it.
That's an
like
idea.
Insta's a good move. TikTok's fine.
Yeah, you can DM me on in TikTok if you really want to.
YouTube, you can leave a comment. I reply to all of the comments on
Yep.
YouTube usually. Whenever
Yeah.
I check the YouTube,
And keep the
Look for comments.
100% like rate going, everybody.
no kidding. Now they're probably gonna dislike because we said that.
we
More
just played
likely.
ourselves. No, that's what we want, bro. Remember when PewDiePie posted a video and he's like, let's make this the most disliked video on YouTube?
It probably exploded and he still probably made so much money off it. It's like,
Oh, because it got like 95 million views with
Yeah.
like 40 million dislikes.
That's amazing.
Because really it's interaction.
and I think it was
so-
because before that, Justin Bieber had the most disliked YouTube videos. Like it was like Baby, like one of his songs.
In one of his songs.
It was like a majorly, like kind of when Justin Bieber was in his down phase and everyone was like
Oh,
hating
yeah.
on him. Like that one was like hugely disliked, and PewDiePie was like, "That's a great song. That should not be the most disliked video on YouTube." Because I think that's why he made that one. So that one
Yeah.
didn't hold the crown
Yeah.
anymore.
I know for a little bit too. It was
OG.
one of the. It was one of the videos, it was a YouTube mashup that YouTube, the company, actually posted on their account.
Oh, like the
yeah.
yearly
And it
one.
was,
Yeah.
the yearly
Yeah.
mashup, and it was the most disliked video on YouTube.
I remember that because
I
they
was-
always did.
then they got rid of the dislike
Yeah,
button after that.
No, the button's still there, but it doesn't show the
how many.
number.
It's dumb.
That's
Yeah,
We
it's
can
useless,
check how
bro.
many and check the percentage.
Yeah, like the creators can see it, but
no one
it doesn't
else can
show
see
it
how
to
many
the public.
dislikes.
that's
Just kind of
really dumb.
And
kinda
also, you
dumb.
can't comment on mobile devices anymore. I don't think either.
You can't?
No
I
way.
still can.
You sure?
Yeah, I be getting into YouTube beefs all the time.
Try.
I know I can because I think I commented on our most recent.
That's
Really?
nice. That sounds like Jason. Anytime I scroll through Instagram and it's a sports post,
Oh yeah.
I see Jason's comments in there, and he is arguing with some guy over the most dumb stuff ever.
Jason got me hooked at that. That's so fun. That is so fun. It's so fun. He told me about it, like that he does that sometimes. I'm like, oh, that'd be fun. And I tried it 2 times. It was great because people respond like right away
The pod, last week's pod's finally up 25 minutes ago. No views, but I'll be the first one
on YouTube. Okay.
on YouTube.
So how do you comment on YouTube?
The comments are literally right there.
Yeah, you just click and
It
comment.
literally just says add comment, bro.
Huh?
That is so
Hold on, let's get
weird.
to the
My
video.
YouTube's not loading currently, but
You know, it'll come around.
Usually-
Dude, I've looked. I spent my
Usually The
time.
comments are right here.
They were, then they got removed. Unless they put them back, and
well,
my
you're just gonna have to get
isn't-
YouTube on your Pokemon Go phone.
I might have to. I'm gonna check my Pokemon Go phone.
Pokemon Go phone should just be your phone.
Because my YouTube's up to date though.
What?
Is it though? Oh yeah, it might be too up to date, and they might have just.
That's what I'm
recently taken it
saying.
away.
I remember I heard them. They definitely like took it off. I'm pretty sure.
That doesn't make any sense though. Why would they want less like comments and interaction?
They do a lot of dumb stuff.
It's
Something
facts.
about mobile. I know you can do it on the computer. I've done that before.
Makes sense. I'm pretty
Well-
sure I can still comment though, because I think I just commented like last week. It looks like Luke can still comment.
Yeah, I can comment.
Let me see.
Yeah,
let me see. See your phone piece.
Yeah, I can still
Take the
comment
phone
on this
piece.
Yeah, mine does not have that little bar there.
Yeah, his is not.
It's just your phone, bro.
My YouTube's up to date though.
Get the Pokemon Go phone out.
I just make the Pokemon Go phone
Oh,
your
look.
phone,
Yeah,
bro.
I can still comment.
I'm guessing I can.
Check your app store. Check your YouTube updates. Let's see if your YouTube.
I'll see if I can load it. I want it to be the first video view, but
I guess this will be a good way to wrap up this episode.
Yeah.
But we're checking. Let us know. Can you comment on this video? Comment if you can
Yeah.
comment on this video.
If you can
Easy.
comment,
comment
mobile, yeah.
applesauce. Because applesauce is good.
No, just comment. I have a mobile phone. I can comment on the video.
I don't have an iPhone 6.
Just comment. Let us
I
know
don't
so
have
we
an
can, so we can solve this. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes.
This has
Yeah.
been the 60th episode of Speaking Sporadically, the podcast. You guys will see us next week. But until then, stay
Eager. Go chase it.
Stay hungry.
stay hungry.
Stay hungry,
fine.
my friend.
Stay hungry.
Peace.
Peace.